Good morning. How are you? How are you? Well, I got my coffee. Hope that you do too. And I'm not sure if you've seen my post or not, but I won't be able to do the crystal ball today. I'm so bummed. I am so sorry. I almost had to cancel this altogether, but I didn't want to leave you hanging, so I figured that we would at least do pick a card this morning. So I'm not sure if you guys know or not, but there's just a lot. Like I got basically, like I don't want to like give a whole bunch of details, but I got like bad news from the doctor. And it's like it's stressful when you're in that limbo land. Like no matter what, it's not good. You know what I mean? It's not good, but like this other thing, it could be not really not good, you know? So and I haven't really told all my family and stuff like that yet. So oh thank you, Tara. You're so sweet. I'm no longer stressed. I'm like no longer that way, but because Thursday and Friday, because you know, when your doctor calls and it's like, you need to get in here tomorrow, it's never good, right? And so I was just, you know what I mean? You lose, what is it called? You lose you just become really human for a second, even though you know you have the angels and everything like that, and everything's going to be okay. You become really human. And you know what I mean? So Friday, I did my human stuff, and then I felt really good yesterday. But it's still like it's almost like the residual crappy energy. You know what I mean? I just feel like you don't know until like you have more answers, I guess. I don't know. So my emotions are like this, and so I feel like with the crystal ball and stuff like that, I just feel like I wouldn't be really good today because I feel like maybe I'm distracted, and I also lost my wedding ring, you guys. So I'm literally going to give a reward if anyone can help me find it. You know, I connected to it too, but what I'm seeing doesn't really make any sense. So yes, thank you so much, Annette. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it. Yeah, send me good vibes too. And on top of that, if you guys could please send love to my father. I did write that IG post, right? The Instagram TV about how my mom was trying to get me to contact my dad. Do you guys remember that? Like it was only like a week or so ago. And my father has thyroid cancer. So he just found out on Friday. So if you guys keep him in your prayers too, that would be awesome. So let me see. Oh, good morning, Rachel. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yes. Oh, okay. Tara's like, as a cancer survivor, we call it scanxiety. Yes. And it has to do with, remember how I had like that cancerous, like tumor thing and had to have hysterectomy? It has to do with that coming back. So it's crazy. Okay. And Gracie's like, I understand exactly what you're saying. My husband nearly died last year, became real human real quick. Yes. See, I know this is around that time that you're supposed to rely on spirit, you know, because we're human and we're supposed to be, you know, not relying on our own strength. But like, what Christy says. It's like, yeah, you become human really quick because you're talking about your body. You're talking about, you know, oh, thank you so much. And Tiffany had thyroid cancer too. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I guess his doctor said it might be like a rare type, but I'm thinking maybe you can take it out. Okay. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Okay. Thank you so much. Yay, Shauna. Yes. And you know, I thought about it. Sorry, Shauna's like, I respect your honesty and telling us the truth because it's not easy to openly talk about. And I was thinking about it, like, so I was like, okay, I won't give you guys all the details 'cause all the details kind of suck. You know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, it's like I don't know why, but you guys are like my tribe. You guys are my tribe. You know what I mean? It's like I know I don't see your faces, but you know, I enjoy coffee and cards. I feel like it's almost like girl time. Um there's not a lot of what is it called guys on here. And then yeah, Lauren, thank you. I haven't told the family yet, so I was going to call Aunt Leslie and tell her, but you know what I mean, it's almost like one of those ones you don't want everyone else to worry either, you know. It's like, and I don't think I'm worrying, it's just that I feel now it's like I just want to be with my husband and my son. And by the way, my son's graduating high school today, so it's going to be super duper awesome. Thank you. And then Chrissy's like, I've been intubation done so many times, I thought I'd be fine. That's not how it works when it's your person. Oh my gosh. And that's the thing, you guys. Can I just say one thing really quick? Like, oh my gosh. The last time I went to an oncologist, they told me it was less than 1% chance that it was cancer, right? They said, I see this all the time, blah, 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 blah. Then all of a suddenly, I woke up instead of just having one small incision for 45 minutes, right? And my ovary taken out. I had a complete hysterectomy, had to wait to see if I needed chemo, if I needed radiation. And I was in the hospital with 40 staples up my stomach, right? It was crazy. I have a little bit of PTSD. So like I'm afraid every single time that they do a surgery or something like that, they're gonna take out more stuff because I was supposed to be going home. It was horrible. It was a horrible, horrible experience. And it was so funny. I went to do an endoscopy one day when what is it called? They put a tube down your throat or whatever. And it was so funny because I started freaking out, right? I started freaking out when they wanted to put me under. And I was like, I can't go under. You guys are gonna take out part of my throat or something. And I didn't realize I had PTSD until that moment. They had to bring my husband in to calm me down. And the guy was the anesthesiologist was like, this is just like dentist. You know what I mean? Like when you go under for the dentist, he was like, during your hysterectomy, you weren't even breathing on your own. I'm like, I wasn't. I just had to tell you guys because that was so funny. Mm, yes. I'll give you more details, Lauren, because all right. Yes, yes, and PTSD is awful. And sometimes you don't even realize that you have it, right? You don't even realize that you even have that thing until like it happens and you're like, oh my God, I do have PTSD. So now like if I have to go under for anything, I'm so scared. I'm so, like I calm down, but at first I can tell like that's how you know that you need healing around something, right? Is if you have that emotional reaction, you know? I was like, some things from my past I can talk about I've healed, you know what I mean? Because you think it's the big things you need to heal. You think that it's like this trauma or that trauma that you need to heal, but it's like sometimes it's the little things. Sometimes it's just like what one person said one time or one little action. Those are the times that you really need to heal, and it's not the big giant things that you think of sometimes. Oh yes. And then Jay's like, my brother found, yeah, found out he had cancer too late and lost him so quick. Yes, yes. I'm really on top of my stuff. I don't think that's the case with me, but I feel so bad because my another family member is dealing with this right now, and they have cancer, and they are so quick, just like my mom. So yeah, Jay, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but my mom, it was like 3 weeks from the time of diagnosis to the time she passed. It was nuts. Oh my gosh, my last surgery, I made the anesthesiologist pinky swear me that he wasn't going to let me die and I wouldn't go under until he literally pinky swore me. Yes, yes. I had to go under for another test and I remember I held the nurse's hand and because I was scared and I was like, don't do it. And she like, and I wasn't scared up until that surgery. Like all the rest of the times I had to go under, I was fine. But that oncologist, she didn't prepare me. You feel what you feel when you feel it. I love that, Rebecca. That like you need to like make that your quote and like put it on Instagram. You feel what you feel when you feel it. Yes. You have amazing energy while talking about this. Really, I do, Chloe. Thank you. I feel like a little Debbie Downer. Um, and my husband caught pneumonia a couple months ago and was on oxygen. I thought he was going to lose. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I hope he's better now, Christy. Is he? Life grabs us all way or another. Yes. They always just bring us back, right? Mm. It's so crazy too. It does bring you right back, you know, and it's just like, oh, and then it's like I'm really doing a lot to I'm doing a lot to take care of my body, you know, and so it's like, gosh darn it, like there must be something that I'm missing, you know, but it's not always about that. Can I say one more thing too? I am not going to be that light worker. I'm not going to be whoever that tells you, oh, you have this because of this spiritual reason. The truth is, there's always spiritual reasons behind what happens with your body, but sometimes it is your soul contract that you have to go through this. You know what I mean? That like almost like Wayne, look at Wayne Dyer. You know what I mean? He ended up passing away from his type of cancer because it was in his soul contract to do so, right? So sometimes you're going to have those illnesses and stuff like that that you can't just cure. You know what I mean? I think that so many of the light workers are like, oh, well, you need to heal your body and you need to do this and you need to do that, but sometimes you can't. Or there was another thing too, where sometimes you're doing human stuff to mess up your body, right? So you guys know I have problems with my elbows, right? Cubital tunnel, right? This sucks, right? And you can look at the spiritual reason, which I forget what it is. Maybe you're not being flexible, you know, maybe being too serious. But the thing is that I bend my elbows constantly. I am always reading. I am always like this. I'm always like this. So even though there's a spiritual reason, there's literally a medical reason as well. So don't discount the medical reasons. You know what I mean? Take them both. It's supposed to be a balance. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Oh, yes. Panic attacks for sure. The angels have helped me so much when I used to have panic attacks. Hi, Yemeni. We're chatting and then we're gonna do some cards. Because I can't do the crystal ball today. And Tara's like, they over medicated me after my cancer removal. I connected to spirit way too much. Little kids jumping on my hospital bed, saw one jump off a building next to my surgery. I was worried. Wow. Wow, that is crazy. Yes, and Chloe, I had my hysterectomy, but just one ovary because the hysterectomy doesn't include the ovaries, right? When I was 30. It's hard, but if she's going to go through the menopause and not having estrogen, that is a tough one. Okay. Last Saturday I was in the hospital too and didn't tell anyone. Oh, yes. Glad you're out, Lauren. Glad you're out. Sending so much love. Oh, and by the way, could you believe the cards? The cards, the daily cards for Thursday and Friday. Oh my gosh, they were Archangel Raphael. It was all about medical, it's all about healing. And I had literally no idea about what's going on with me. No idea until Thursday night. So I'm sorry for all the people I had to cancel on for their readings, but don't worry, I'll make it up to you. But seriously, Thursday and Friday. And so I was like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Those cards were like spot on, right? Yeah, I agree too. That was intense. Caught COVID last year and and they flighted him to U of M from McLaren Flint and was in a coma for 64 days. Ard septic shock. Sorry, I can't talk. COVID, 24-hour dialysis from acute kidney failure, endocarditis. He is now congestive heart failure and he didn't have before and horrible lung issues, but he's alive. Sending you so much love, darling. Oh my gosh. Yep. Chloe. Yep. Yeah, we are. Yes, we totally are. We totally are. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, no matter what happens, I'll tell you guys this, no matter what happens, I will not have any estrogen after this. No matter what. I actually have two surgeries planned in 2 months, but the elbow surgery is getting delayed. But yeah, I won't have any estrogen at all. So, but and I'm 37. You know what I mean? So it kind of sucks. Really, really sucks. Um, but it's like you got to do what you got to do, right? Yes. Okay. I know. I can't even believe that. 64 days. You are so, so strong, Christy. Oh my God. Sending you so much love. You know what I'm gonna do too? I'm gonna write this down because I lost a wedding ring, so I really have to look for that today too. But I'm gonna do a healing post on the Rise into Your Power group, and then I'm gonna set a time where I'll send healing to everyone that like comments and stuff, because I need your permission. And you can even put like me and my husband, Christy, or whatever. And then if there's any healers out there that also want to send healing to, then I'll put that in there so we can all just get a big dose of healing. Okay? I think we need it. And you were born in '84. Oh, see, that's so cool. I'm older than you. I'm like a big sister. He's 43. Christy, oh my gosh, he's 43 and out of commission and unhappy behind it. Okay, we got it. I have four cards here, y'all. We're going to get some answers. But one second, Rebecca's like got into a car accident, broke my pelvis in three. Oh my gosh, had a telephone wire hanging over my car, but it was short enough that it didn't touch my car. Wow, I should have died. I was told I wouldn't have kids, but I have a daughter. Yay! I freaking love that. Well, hi Danielle. So if you guys are just coming on, I'm so sorry I can't do the crystal ball thing today. But I'll make it up to you guys. We're doing pick a card right now here in a second. We're gonna do a healing post in the Rising to Your Power group. Anyone needs healing because there's like a lot of medical stuff that's going on lately. Some crazy. Wow, thank you all for sharing your stories in there too. It's amazing. And Tara's like had surgery in 2005, ovaries 2009. Yes, yes. Mm. I'm just hoping my doctor can do my surgery that I need. I really want my doctor to be able to do it. Okay, so let's get some answers. Thank you guys all for being here and like sharing these stories. Like, I just feel like we're closer than ever. And I'll keep you guys updated too, right? Okay, so we're going to pick card A, B, C, or D. something that you need to know, something that's really going to help you for your highest good today. Ask the angels, your spirit guides, or your past loved ones to help you choose a card with a message that can most benefit you today, that can most help you today, that can give you the best insight. So it's card A, card B, card C, card D. And I'm going to say it again just in case. Card A, card B, card C, card D. Try and go with like whichever card is like standing out to you, like the way that I say it, that kind of thing. Um, I know what okay, I definitely got D. I think there might be just like a message or two with inside of B or C. Like C was stronger than B became was a little bit like, okay, there's a little bit of something you need to take from here, but definitely it was D for me. Oh, hi Carrie, how are you? And I'm so happy you made my live, Danielle. That's awesome. Oh, B and D. See, I'm like only a little bit, but it's mostly D. And I'm just like, please, like for me, it's like, please get, I just want to know, which is so funny. I'm getting all good vibes about what's happening with me, by the way. I'm getting really good vibes. Oops, I don't know what's up with this. Oh, okay. A tiny bit of D. I love that. Tiny bit. Not the whole thing. Don't take the whole message. Okay, y'all ready? Oh my gosh, I don't like drink all my coffee. I don't drink my coffee this fast unless I'm talking to you guys. Okay. Oh wow, not many for card A. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so card A. Okay, and you know what I'm gonna do? Okay, and by the way, this is from the Starseed Oracle. I kind of want to do this. Okay, so I'm kind of read from the book. I don't usually do this, but it's like I really want to make sure that we get the messages that they are really wanting us to get. So for card A, it says soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Remember, like I said about the soul contracts and that kind of thing? That's what they're talking about here, right? There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now, when you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life, okay? So it's basically saying whatever you needed guidance on and stuff like that, just know that it's divinely guided. It is part of your blueprint that you decided on before you came here, okay? And it says, we live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our reality only through saying yes. The fated life is the one where we're born into, right? The one that we were born into, the blueprint, right? The boxes that we need to check, right? And it says the destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a little bit of wiggle room in which you can, change. Like Sylvia Brown says, like you can get in a car accident, when you're here, but it's up to you to decide. That could be an exit point. Like we have exit points throughout our whole life. And it's like, okay, you could choose to leave or you could choose to stay. And like, it won't be a car accident that takes your life. It'll be a car accident where you like break your leg or something, If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with a choice to follow your destiny life over your fated life, to trust the path of your soul is calling you forward, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. So don't fret too much. Okay. You just have to follow the flow. Okay. You have to follow the flow, follow where it feels good. Okay. Don't follow the path that it's like full of fear and stress and that kind of thing. And don't follow the one just because other people say it. Right. Just go where you're being led, go where it feels good. Okay, where you're going to be the most happiest. All right. And it says you might find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment where you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change in career, relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around through it is part of the larger plan, right? But also, if you chose card A and you were like, I don't know what decision to make, you have to go obviously choose the one that is with the happiest. You know what I mean? Choose the one that feels the best to make, okay? And the one that is the least resistance. Okay. So I'm just going to say, for instance, you know what I mean? I think it's Chloe, like her mom, is it going to be good for her to be able to have this hysterectomy or not? Right. Well, go with the one that feels the best for her. But then, you know what I mean? Like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. Like, neither, that's not good. Right. And then it's like, okay, the one that's going with the flow. And it's like almost like, the way that I feel, it's like getting the hysterectomy and stuff is more going with the flow than trying to stop it. You know what I mean? A lot of women get hysterectomies. You know what I mean? I've had a hysterectomy, but it does suck having to be put into menopause right afterwards. But it's like, if that's the way that it's guided and you feel good, like you have good doctors around you, then just keep on going with those good doctors. Like right now, I have a really freaking good doctor. Like I freaking love this man. I want to freaking hug him, but it's like COVID. Like I don't think I can. I don't even know the rules. And it's like, and so it's like, I want to freaking hug you so bad. Um, so I hope that makes sense if you got card A, right? I know, Christine, you were like, I didn't pick A, but that's my life right now. Oh my God. I had a dream on Thursday. I had a dream on Thursday before I got the call from my doctor. So up to Thursday, I thought everything was fine, right? Good to go. I had a dream on Thursday. Get this, you guys. I had a dream on Thursday that my hair started falling out because it was from radiation, right? I had cancer and my hair started falling out. And my husband was soothing me, telling me that he, still loved me and stuff. And I was like, but what if this is the beginning of the end? Now, the thing is, now what's going on with me, I got the call later on Thursday, almost Thursday night, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh my God. But no, like it's probably me. Like I knew on a soul level that I was picking something up. You know what I mean? Doesn't necessarily just mean it's the beginning of the end and that kind of stuff, right? So it's kind of like, don't always think if you get insight that it's a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like this could just be my brain, you know what I mean? Like my soul knew that this was part of my path because I had a little bit of insight from the dream before it happened, if that makes sense. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to have radiation. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's the beginning of the end. You know what I mean? That could just be my fears playing out. But on my soul level, you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, I was tuning into something. Sometimes when we get insight, it's like we think that it's like scary or bad. It's like, oh no, you know what I mean? Something bad's going to happen or whatever like that, or I caused this to happen. And it's like, no, 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 no. It's just that spirit is sending you those coincidences, sending you that insight that you will know that they're with you. You know what I mean? That you're not alone. There's something bigger going on than you. Okay. Yes. Going with the flow, you'd be guided by spirit. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, Tara. Isn't that crazy, that dream? And I told my husband, but thank God that he forgot it. Fuck that. You're not going anywhere. Exactly. I always think that too. I always say that too. I was like, hey, I can't go anywhere anytime soon because you know what? I'm like, I'm like, spirit, I'm like, you need me. You know you need me. You know what I mean? Because that's the reason why we have to come down here is because people don't listen to angels. People listen to other people. So that's the reason why that like all of us are on here. Like if you hear my voice right now, you're one of the people that were set down here to talk to other people because people listen to people. People don't listen to angels. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think it's anything bad. You know what I mean? Like, go with the flow, right? And I'm really curious about card D. Okay, we got to get there, right? Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Card B, you guys. This is so funny, right? So card B says cracked open, and at the bottom it says rock bottom. Surrender to the alchemy of life. So it's like, okay, is this my rock bottom? You know what I mean? But it might be saying like, okay, you may not be at your rock bottom, but you're having a trauma or a challenge right now. You know what I mean? You're in that phase of your life. So I thought that was really funny how I chose a little bit of card B. Okay. It says, don't let the weight and the density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of you home into your body. At the center of the front of your life, it's the extreme pressure of life's trials that diamonds are cultivated, right? Because diamonds are formed under pressure, right? It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. Yes, because it's like almost like you have to go through the dark to appreciate the light. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's through crumbling that we allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, sorrow, and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds and in ways we could only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how light gets in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials, your sorrows, your pains, your losses transform you into a more complete self. Stay open to the possibility that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows, and your hurt happened for you, not to you. Bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. And Shauna's like, I am. B was the card that I felt pulled to the most too. Wow. I cannot believe that I only got a little bit of B because this is freaking awesome. And if you think about it, just me sharing a little bit of my story with you, do you feel like that community? Like, do you feel like how we're together? You know what I mean? It is so incredibly true because I'll tell you one thing I love about reading so much and I love about my past is because it's like I told you this before, it's really rare when someone can sit down in front of me and I have not been to the same thing that they've been through before. You know what I mean? Or I cannot relate in some kind of way. So I think that makes me like a more rounded person, a better reader and stuff like that. I'm so incredibly non-judgmental. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, I've done everything. You know what I mean? And so it kind of reminds me of that. And then there was one more thing too that we were talking about. Okay, they'll download it. Okay. These forks in the road are tough, but I know that's your choice, that you have so many great benefits. I'm 61 and I have many choices. Yes. And that, yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I know. Like, yes. Okay. You know, it's crazy. Every time you said B, I felt like it was hitting me in the face by force. Wow. Wow. And I love too, like how it says it's life is happening for you, not to you. And that's literally the lesson that I've been learning lately too. It's like everything is happening for us, not to us. You know what I mean? And it's like, I- sometimes I'm like, really? But like, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I've been faced with some realities in last week that are hard. Man, I'm sending you so much love, Tara. Man, last week was hard. Maybe that's the reason why I was like doing mediumship and stuff like that and coffee and cards. Need to hear B. Yes, me too. Okay, did anyone choose C? I feel like C is like the like what do they call it? Like the stepchild no one wanted. Okay, let's see. Okay, for some reason I thought this card was gonna come up. Okay, so I'm sorry I'm reading from the book, y'all, but I just like I said, I want to like make sure that we get it. So this is card C. It's called Wait. And it says, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. Oh, so I'm not sure what you were asking about, Annette, right? It says, in our fast, loud, reactive, comparative world, we are in an instant response is so often expected, and at times even a currency. It can feel almost impossible to take a breath, let alone give ourselves the space to rest, wait, and reset. We're often in overdrive, expecting instantaneous results over and over again. And when guidance doesn't come at these extreme speeds, it can feel as though something's gone wrong. But often, not receiving guidance is guidance itself. Not getting guidance is guidance itself. When you ask for guidance and don't receive it, it can often mean wait. It's not yet time. The details are still being woven. Our challenge is to keep trusting when on the surface it appears that nothing is happening. To remember that no matter how long or bitter the winter, spring does always come. To remember that you don't need to solve the world's problems in a single day and that perhaps they'll be better solved with some perspective and a good night's sleep. This card is your permission to slip, to slow down, switch off, and rest. You're being reminded to have patience and to trust the mystery of life, to trust that things are being woven on your behalf. It may not be happening on the timeline you like, but if you gather up some patience, it will be orchestrated better than you could ever imagine. Ooh, Nancy. Yes. Okay, so you guys did. I thought that was a really amazing card. So like right now it's like, okay, you might feel like you're being pulled in different directions. You might feel like, okay, you know what to do about this and this and this. You don't do anything about it right now. You know what I mean? There's still things working behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And it's like if you really wanted to know the answer of what you should do, then it's almost like they're saying, you know, it's not yet time. You know what I mean? It's like the fact that you haven't gotten any insight or guidance on it is a sign in itself. And I completely agree with it too because like anytime that I ask for signs and I'm not really getting anything, it's like, okay, I just know that I need to pause. I need to wait. I need to chill. I need to regroup. And it doesn't mean that you have to wait a long time, but like even a day. And a lot of times we think that we need to go ahead and we need to rush decisions and choices because like people are waiting on us and stuff like that. If it was meant to be, then spirit would have given you a sign and that kind of stuff. It's meant to be delayed. You can go ahead and disappoint people. You know what I mean? Just right now, just a chill. Even just for today, just a chill, right? And Meg's like, exactly the message I've been getting over and over in that particular patience allowing things to bloom as they do. It's sucks. Totally sucks. But like life has seasons, right? So you're just in that season right now. And then all of a sudden, Meg, you'll be getting all of like the action cards, right? It's moving week and things are crazy here. My husband is moving at warp speed, and all I keep saying to him is to wait and slow down. Yes. See, this is like his card there too. Because it's probably because you're moving. Nothing to me has more energy than moving, right? Seriously. But it's like, okay, you got to slow down. You got to just like, okay, it's going to happen. Things are going to fall into place. You know what I mean? We don't need to stress ourselves out more, you know what I mean, with the move and the things that we got to get done and that kind of stuff, right? I sent him golfing while I sit with you guys. Yes. I freaking love that. We need to have like coffee and cards one day where like we meet on Zoom. Maybe we can even do it later. I don't know. But where we meet on Zoom and we can have some coffee or some wine, maybe have it later on in the day so that we can all see each other's faces and stuff like that and just bullshit. Okay. So you guys ready for D? I'm ready for D. Oh, I feel like the cards have been so good up to this point. Okay, I'll let you guys see it first. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanics. Density addiction. Let God in. Oh, I'm getting a talking to right now. I can feel it. It's almost like, what are you worrying for? Stop trying to control the situation. Try to stop figuring out what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Stop this, stop that. Chill out. You know what I mean? Let God in. Are you ready? Whew. Okay. We're Solilic beings, and Mother Earth teaches us how to be human every day with the coming and going of tides and seasons. We just talked about that. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are so often those who we need to let go. We need to let go of the food, the substances, the relationship, the job, the people pleasing. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space, the part we're most afraid to leave empty, the part we guard and don't let grace into. By keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us or clinging to the fear for not staying of its own accord, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will. A Course in Miracles, which I was just talking about yesterday, tells us whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. And the Buddha said, you can only lose what you cling to. Indeed, both are true. If this card appears, you're being called to find the courage to loosen your grip and give up control. Oh my God, I don't want to give up control, right? To release your coping mechanisms and leave space for grace and God to enter, to surrender all that feels dense to the divine. Losing your grip doesn't mean that what you're clinging to will go away. It may, or it may stay. But you can be sure that what is for you will find you. And you'll breathe easier knowing that you've shifted from relying on your own strength to surrendering to the grace of life. Remember, I brought that up earlier too. It's like we're human and then we start relying on our own strength instead of God's strength. It's so hard when you can't control. Yes. I was just going to say, chill out. Yes. See, isn't that awesome? And you might feel like this right now. You might feel like things are cascading down, that you got pushed off of the cliff. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But it's like, you're really not. We're both not, And then it's like, like kind of like, what did you call it, Tara? Scanxiety or whatever like that. And it's like, oh yeah, I really want to know what's happening, that kind of stuff. You're in that, and it's like, no, you just have to surrender, and it's like giving up control. I like this. I like this card. I almost like be better. But you can be sure that is right for you will find you. You breathe easier knowing that you shifted from relying on your own strength to surrendering to the grace of life. Yeah, I don't really like this card. But that's exactly what it is. If you got a card and you don't like it, it's because you're resistant to it. I'm resistant to it. I'm resistant. Like literally, I think that my card of my year for 2020 was surrender. And I sucked at surrendering so bad that I started like what is it called? I had surrender be my word for 2021. Yes. And Christine's like, I'm cracking up. I am a control freak for the past few months. I've been letting things go. Oh, Daniel, it's always the hardest thing for me to just let go of control and hand it over to someone else. Yes. I don't know. I don't, I guess I do, and I don't have control issues. Maybe my control issues are like, I don't care about most things. Like most things I don't even care about. Like I just go with the flow so much. I don't even care. You know what I mean? But I know that I have like underlying control issues. Okay, this is the only time of the day I'm not controlling stuff. Oh my gosh. But it's so funny too, because like during readings, you guys, it's like I'll even be like talking to a spirit and like I just want to control everything that they're saying too. I realize that because I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? I want to say this. And then it's like I know too, like I can almost feel them get irritated with me because it's like, just say what you get. And I'm like, no, that's stupid. I'm not saying I can't even think of an example right now, but I'll be like, because so many of us, like, well, if let's say we get Mickey Mouse in a reading, you know what I mean? You'd be like, okay, what is it? Is it Mickey Mouse watch or whatever like that? We don't just want to say Mickey Mouse, or we'll just over translate something. My word for this year is grace. That's a great word. Yes. And the struggle is real. Yes. And so if you, yeah, it totally is. So I'm gonna let that absorb because I'm a little resistant to it, right? Um, and then it's like for example, like I lost my wedding ring, right? But it's like I'm trying not to freak out and put the energy of not being able to find it out there. So I know that it has to be in a place that I put to keep it safe. And then I forget what our safe place is. You guys know what I'm talking about? Do you guys ever do that? I do that all the time. I put things in a safe place and then I forget what the safe place is. Right? I know if I meditate, I might be able to find it. But yeah. Okay. So you guys good? My life motto lately has been chuck it in the fuck it bucket and move. Wait, I want to do this. Chuck it in the fuck it bucket and move the fuck on. Yes. Yes. And that's really what I need too. Like I totally need that. That's what I need. That's what I need. And put energy towards the good stuff. Okay. Trace back your steps. The problem is I don't even remember the last time I had it. I think I'm getting visions of myself taking it off to put lotion on my hands, which I don't ever do. Yeah. I might go to the gym today to see if someone picked it up there, but I just can't see myself taking it off in the gym because I take all my rings off before I even leave the house because I love my rings. I love my jewelry so much. Okay. Yes. Yes. Ask the angels to help me find my ring. Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm okay because I have it here, and then I'm like, I looked in it, my gym bag, but I'm gonna look through it again because maybe it's there. Okay, and I'm gonna let you guys know. I did. Fuck. Well, I did leave my conditioner there. Okay, thank you guys. All right, I'm gonna go spend time with my son today because like it's his graduation, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. I'll let you know where I find it. Okay, and check my car. Okay, I will again. Like I swear, I never check the same thing over again, but I will do it. Thank you. Okay, so I got my car, got my gym. Let me know if you get anything else. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, if you guys don't mind, we're putting the energy out there that we're gonna find my ring. It's actually like Tanzanite. It's like, but it looks kind of like a bluish stone. It almost looks sapphire, but it's a little bit lower. It's triangle like shaped, and it has like a silver band with two little baby diamonds on either side of it. It's very dainty, small, and just visualize it. I am finding it, and we're gonna have so much fun next week talking about how we find it, putting that good vibration out there. Okay, I'm really excited to go looking places now. Thank you. Keychain. Okay, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see Jennifer. Okay, got some ideas, right? That's so funny that you say that, Kathy, because yes, that's where I found Mason's bow tie. Did you check where you keep your lotion cupboard? Okay. I don't even have lotion. I probably use my husband's. I looked around there, but I will look again. You guys freaking rock. Oh my gosh, my husband just showed me a little yellow bird in his windows. That's so cute. I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you guys. I'm gonna let you go and then I'll let you know what happens. Okay. And you guys have a great Sunday and a great week. Okay. I love you so, so much. Thank you for spending time with me tonight, this morning.